Time to meet the men from the ministry. We present Wilfrid, Hyde, White and Richard Murdoch in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. Men renowned for upholding our traditions and upholding our liberties. Indeed, they hold up almost everything that passes through their hands. A special feature of Whitehall is its readiness to accept new ideas and to harness scientific and technical discoveries.
I say, too, have you seen this remarkable new machine they sent us?
This little thing with all the little holes in the handle? Yes. It's a pencil sharpener, isn't it?
Not that, too. This big chap over here. It's called a dictating machine.
Oh.
It'll record anything you say and it gets typed out later.
I've got one of those in my office that does all that and makes the tea as well.
No, have you? What's that called?
Mildred Milton.
That'll do, too. Can't have jokes at this time of the morning, you know. Besides, Mildred's shorthand and typing are no joke.
I'm afraid you're right there, one. She's sent out several letters lately beginning, Dear Sir or Madman.
And quite a few ending yours faithfully.
Not inappropriate in one or two cases.
There's no doubt about it. This new dictating machine's going to be very useful.
Have you tested it yet, one?
Tested it, naturally. I recorded a few business notes as soon as it arrived.
Can I play it back?
Certainly not. It's a useful tool, not a plaything.
Oh, can't I just press this little stop?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'd sooner you didn't,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't mind. Oh, you have.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. I could have danced all night and still have asked for...
Yes, that'll do, too. That'll do.
Oh, you've switched it. I was just beginning to enjoy that.
I was just testing the full range of the recording facilities, you know. Now let's get on with some work.
Oh, come on. You've got a nice baritone voice there.
You think so?
You know that voice wouldn't be out of place in a pub doorway. Really.
Now, that's enough.
And
too.
besides, I'd like to... Oh, go on, let's hear the rest.
Too,
It's not very
I'm the
often
head of this department. You do as I say. Kindly remember that.
Oh, very well.
Don't go sulking and mumbling to
You
yourself
know,
just because I had to speak sharply to you. Don't sulk.
Just because there's no need for you...
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh.
Now, then answer the telephone.
All right. General Assistance Department, Richard Lamb speaking.
Kitkin here. Put Hamilton Jones on the line.
Yes, Sir Gregory, it's for you one. It's the permanent Under-Secretary.
Oh, hello, Sir Gregory. How nice of you, Sir Gregory.
Has he been in to see you yet?
Has he what?
Has he been in to see you yet?
Well, has he been in to see us yet? What's he talking about? No, he hasn't yet. Not yet, no. Who? Who are you talking about? Who?
You Civil Service Grading Officer.
Oh.
He's on his way to your office.
Civil Service Grading
Yes,
Officer?
the fellow who deals with all the promotions and grading examinations.
Oh, here we've got a new one, have we? What happened to the old one?
He got promoted again.
Oh, I see
anyway,
he got promoted again.
this new chap is very keen to see you. He should be there shortly.
Keen to see me, did you say?
Yes. So give him every cooperation. Understand? Every cooperation.
Certainly, Sir Gregory, of course. I look forward to meeting him. And do give my regards to Lady Pitkin, won't you? Oh, you've been cut off. Did you come away from that dictating machine?
Yes, one, all right. One. But what was all that about?
New grading officer on his way here. Obviously, my promotion has come through at last.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Better make the place look busy. Scatter a few papers around.
Just as you say, one. How about these on your desk?
What are they?
Turf and Hound, the Daily Tipster.
No. Not that sort of paper, too. Files.
Oh, I think.
There should be some in that cabinet, if my memory serves me. Under F, try. And hurry up, too. This grading man will be here any minute.
Oh.
As the new Civil Service Grading Officer, Hamilton Jones, it has, of course, been my duty to check over all the records of past promotions and so forth.
Most conscientious, if I may say so.
Yes. And I found, in the course of my researches, that there have been one or two oversights.
I thought as much. I should have been promoted years ago. Still, I bear no malice to your predecessor, incompetent fool though he was.
Promoted?
Yes.
Oh, no. You should never have been allowed to take your present position.
I always said that, doddering. What did you say? Never been allowed to take my present position.
Precisely.
But now, just a moment.
Heads of departments, of course, require a grading of B+. And you, Mr. Hamilton Jones, are only a B+-.
B+-? Me?
Well, surely you know that. You've never actually taken the B+ examination, although it's held quite frequently.
Is it really examination? Well, well.
In 1950, when you were given this post on a temporary basis, the B+ exam was held 7 times.
7 times?
Yes, and each time you were unable to take it, apparently through illness.
Oh, I know what it was. It was that old war wound playing me up.
War wound?
Yes.
According to your record, you were classified as essential clerical staff and never joined the services.
No, well, quite right, but I wrenched my ankle on my allotment. Digging for victory it was, I remember.
I see. And obviously, after you had been excused attendance on so many occasions in 1950, it was assumed you'd pass.
Yes, an extraordinary business. It never happened if you planned it, could it?
I can't understand how you've held your present post for so long without anyone noticing.
I beg your pardon?
Still, there's no harm done.
Oh, good. For a moment, I thought...
No, you'll just have to go in for the B+ examination this year. It's being held next week, fortunately.
What?
In the meantime, of course, you've been enjoying several privileges you're not entitled to. I must ask you to surrender your full-color changing of the guard calendar.
Surrender my calendar?
A B+- official is only entitled to a monochrome of 2 kittens in an old boot. And then there's the carpet.
But you're not going to cut my carpet down.
Yes, put off all round, I'm afraid. And the curtains. We'll have to trim 9 inches off the bottom of those.
But just a minute. Does Sir Gregory Pitkin know about this?
Permanent Undersecretary?
Yes.
Yes, I told him myself. He was quite adamant that you take this examination or lose the job. He's a jovial fellow, yours, Sir Gregory. He's quite amused about the whole thing.
Come in.
I'm just back from lunch, Run, and Oh, sorry, wrong office.
What do you want?
It is your office. What on earth's happened? Where's the Queen Anne cigarette lighter? And that lovely green metal coat rack?
Gone, all gone, along with the oil painting of Disraeli. They say a B+ official has to be content with a snapshot of Stanley Baldwin.
Dear, oh dear, it does seem a B+?
That's what they said. Some clerical oversight, of course, purely temporary. They've downgraded me until I've taken the B+ exam.
Downgraded?
That's what they said.
But that means we both have the same status, Run. You're the same as me.
Well, I suppose you could put it like that, too.
2? Don't you think in the circumstances perhaps 1.5 each?
2, I'm as democratic as the next man. I'm quite sure that most of you fellows are equal, but I do draw the line.
Now, Hamilton, H.J., Roland. There's no point in getting upset. After all, we B+ chaps must stick together.
I will not stick together, and stop patting me on the head.
You'll soon get used to the life, you know. You'll have to make do with a plain brolly, of course. The minister frowns on junior officials using bamboo handles.
But this is only temporary until I've passed the exam.
Oh, yes, the exam. Well, you might be one of the lucky 2% that get through.
You know, I won't listen to any more of this. I'm off to the club for lunch. At least I'll get a bit of respect there. Yes, too, at the club I'll get a bit of respect. Morning, Plunkett. Take my hat and coat, would you please?
Toss them on the counter, chump.
Toss them on the counter, chum.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes, well, I said, all right then, sir, if you insist.
I should think so.
Thought you might have been a bit matey. Now you're one of us, so to speak.
One of you? I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Yeah, my brother-in-law told me about you being downgraded. Seems an aunt of his got it from her husband's cousin. He works in the Ministry of Pensions.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah. Are you thinking of lunch in here, was you? Or have you brought your own sandwiches with you?
That'll do, Plunkett. I shall be speaking to the secretary about you. Now tell me, is Mr. Hargraves from the Foreign Office here yet?
Yes, mate. Oh, sir, yeah. I saw him go into the lounge with young Mr. Updike from Egg and Fish.
Updike, oh, good. A true friend, old Hargraves. At least he won't attach any importance to this silly business. I'll go on in.
Well, as you know, Updike, I'd be the last one to pass on silly rumours, but our messenger has a friend who thinks H.J.'s demotion might be something to do with security.
Security, eh?
By Jove, Hargreaves, we'll have to be careful. They do say there's no smoke without fire.
I've got to watch what we say to H.J. now. Confidential information and all that. Not that I believe it for a moment, of course, but still...
Yes, better safe than sorry. Security, eh?
Yes, steady. Here he comes now. Mum's the word.
Hargraves, my dear fellow, how are you?
I'm very... that is, I might be well, or on the other hand, I might not.
Oh, good. And you'll be young Updike, I take it?
Yes.
Splendid. Tell me, how's the test match going, eh?
Oh, very well. The latest score is 157...
Updike!
For a certain number of wickets.
Who's batting?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to divulge that.
Well, H.J., we mustn't keep you. No doubt you're very busy filing, typing, dusting the office and so forth.
Yes, and I must be getting back to the Ministry of the place I work in. Cheerio.
Goodbye, H.J.
Well, I think I need to sit down after that. Hello, what's this? Plunkett?
It's you again. What can I do for you?
That fellow over there sitting in my chair. I've used that same leather armchair for 15 years.
Ah, well, sir, you see, times have changed, haven't they, eh? Them leather armchairs is restricted to grade B+ officials or higher. It's part of the club's etiquette.
Etiquette?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, you can have this chair, sir.
But that's the kitchen chair the club waiter sits on there.
Well, sir, I'm sure he won't mind if you slip him a little something.
Etiquette?
Yeah. Perhaps you'd like to have a look at the paper.
Well, I suppose so. Nothing else to do.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll just get it out of me pocket. It's a bit grubbly on the
I
face.
go and read that gutter rag. Where's the time?
That's not available, is it? We've only got 10 copies, and you never know when one of the senior members will want one. I say, Mildred, I'm rather worried about H.J.
Yeah, he seemed very depressed when he went off to his club.
I'm afraid it's partly my fault. I rather took advantage of the change in our relationships. I feel a bit mean, really.
I see they've taken away his swivel chair and given him an ordinary straight-backed one.
Yes, it was so embarrassing. He kept swinging round on it this morning. Fell off 3 times.
Dear Miss Lamb, what happens if Mr. H.J. can't pass this B+ exam?
I've been thinking about this, Mildred. They'll bring in someone from outside to be our new number 1.
Oh,
I only hope it's not old Thunderguts O'Hara from the assistant board. They say he makes Judge Jeffries look like Godfrey Wynne.
Yeah. Or it might be that Pincher Smith from the Home Office.
Why do they call him Pincher?
I do not know, and I do not wish to find out. Oh, look, what are we going to do, Mr. Lamb?
H.J. has just got to pass that exam and get the office back to normal. If only there was some way we
could... Bernard!
Bernard? What's your boyfriend got to do with it?
He works in the stationery office, see? He might be able to get us a copy of the exam paper.
What a marvellous idea, Mildred. Then H.J. can find out the answers in advance.
I'll go straight over and see Bernard now.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm just going to H.J.'s office to see if I can tidy up for him. Oh, dear me, what a shambles this place is. They've taken almost everything away. So, they have left the dictating machine. I could have danced all night. I'll switch it on. H.J.'ll never know.
Do take your grubby fingers off this dictating machine.
Oh,
I told you not to tamper with it while I was out.
I'm sorry, but I only thought that... Well, that's really... Mildred, you're back. Did you get it?
Yeah, Mr. Lamb, it's hidden under me Mac. Here you are.
Oh, yes. A brown manila envelope. Examination papers, grade B+. Splendid.
My Bernard wasn't too keen on pinching it, but I managed to persuade him.
Oh, yes, right so. Well, H.J.'s back, by the way.
Good.
I asked him if he'd had a pleasant lunch at the club, and he didn't answer. Just slammed it off his door.
Are you going to give it to him now?
Oh, yes, I'll do it right away. He will be delighted. Good afternoon, one.
Is it?
Well, it might be. Every cloud has a silver lining, you
And
know.
a stitch in time saves 9, I've no doubt.
I suppose you're wondering why I'm dangling this brown manila envelope in front of you.
No.
Oh. Wouldn't you like to know what's inside it?
No.
Well, I'll tell you. It's a copy of the Grade B plus exam papers. You can look up all the answers.
A copy of...
I thought you'd be pleased. I ask no reward. It'll be enough to see the twinkle come back into your eye.
True, I've never heard such disgraceful suggestion. It's downright cheating. There's no other word for it.
But I thought that...
Not another word. Did you really think I'd stoop so low?
But one, think of the department. Think of the service. We need you here.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, but it wouldn't be right.
Please, one. Just a little peek. After all, you haven't a dog's chance of passing, and oh, please, one, just for our sake.
Well, I don't know. It's very much against my principles.
It's your duty to ensure that the nation continues to have the benefit of your experience and wisdom in administration. Besides, we might get somebody worse.
Beg your pardon? Experience and wisdom, did you say? Well, I can't deny that. All right. Just for the good of the country, then. Eh?
Oh, good. I'll leave the envelope on your desk.
Thank you.
Yeah, tuck it beneath your bowler there. Best to keep this sort of thing beneath your hat.
I shouldn't put it there.
I say, one. There's another brown manila envelope here marked Examination Papers Grade B+.
Oh, is there? What an extraordinary thing, yes. Well, they do.
Wow.
They do look alike, don't they? Yes.
You've already...
Well, I thought I'd better... I got it off old Reggie Fothergill at the grading office, yes.
How could you?
Well, quite easy, to tell you the truth. We went to the same school, you know. Never mind, too. Let's get on with it. We'll open one of the envelopes, and we'll have a look at the questions.
Righto. This ought to do the trick for you.
Wait a minute. Oh, dear, these questions aren't at all what I expected. We can't look up the answers to these.
No. I thought they'd be like my last civil service exam. You know the sort of thing. What is the large river on which London is situated?
Oh, yes, that's a tricky one. But these are a different type of question altogether, look.
Exactly. There's no specific answer. I mean, just asking you to suggest a line of action.
Designed to test your judgment and experience by the look of it.
Oh, dear. Then we're lost.
Well, we mustn't be defeated, Stu. Let's have another look at them. Here's number 3. Let me see.
Yeah.
It says, through your connections with the Ministry of Town and Country Planning, you learn a certain piece of land will soon become very valuable when a new development scheme starts.
Yes, and at the same time, you learn that your widowed aunt, who happens to own it, is about to sell it at the very low current market value. The question is, do you take advantage of your knowledge by warning her, or what do you do? Now, what would you do,
I'd buy it from her myself at the very low current market value.
I hardly think that answer will impress the examiner.
Perhaps you're right.
What are we going to do?
Now, don't panic, too. Let me think.
But you know Sir Gregory, he's ruthless. If you don't pass this exam, he'll get someone else in to run the office.
Sir Gregory. Ho. Yes. Now, there's a man of judgment and experience, and he's coming in here this afternoon.
Oh, dear, his monthly visit.
Never mind, he ought to be in a mellow mood. He spent this morning with the Customs and Excise Wine Tasting Association.
Juan, your left nostril is twitching. You've got an idea.
Perhaps I have to. Let's have a look at those questions again, shall we? Minister for Drainage and Sewers. Foreign power. Oh, yes. Do you know, I'm quite looking forward to Sir Gregory's visit.
Don't fuss so much, Hamilton Jones. I'm quite steady on my feet. I can reach the chair without your help.
Oh, congratulations. Now, tell me, Sir Gregory, how did the wine tasting go?
Oh, most enjoyable. Yes, always is. Every so often, you see, we get together and we try out any stuff that's been confiscated.
I beg your pardon?
That we haven't had before.
That you haven't had before, no, good. Now, make yourself comfortable, Sir Gregory.
Well, there was a bottle of Egyptian whiskey there, 97% proof. 97% proof. And I was glad that I'd had enough.
Yes, good. They must be glad of your judgment and experience on these occasions,
I think so.
Sir Gregory. And talking of judgment and experience, too, have you got those queries we were having a little bit of trouble with?
Oh, the queries, yes. There they are.
Thank you. On the other hand, perhaps we shouldn't impose on Sir Gregory's good nature. These problems are rather tricky.
No problem. If you've got any problems, Hamilton Jones, let's hear them.
Well, it's the change in my status, Sir Gregory. You know, I'm no longer really qualified to deal with some of the questions that have landed on my desk just recently.
Well, some of these matters can be a bit tricky. Judgment and experience, you see. That's what's needed.
Doesn't it? Yes, quite so.
Yes.
Well, the first little problem we have is this. You have reason... that is, we have reason to believe that the Minister of Drains and Sewerage has been leaking information to a foreign power.
Has he, by Jove? Leaking information, eh?
Yes.
Does the PM know? Mind you, not that the old fool would do anything about it.
Well, there's no actual proof, you see. More a theoretical question, you might say.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past him. Fanshawe, isn't it?
Yes.
Fella's a half-wit anyway.
If you say so, Sir Gregory, of course
Yes.
it's a half-wit. Now, about this query.
Yes.
Suppose it were true, what action would you advise?
If the fellow's been leaking secrets, there's only one course to take.
Morning, Miss Lamb. I'm sorry I wasn't in yesterday. I was in bed with me leg. Yes, how did Mr. H.J. get on in the examination?
He said he finished the paper in record time. The only trouble he had was the date. Couldn't remember it at first.
Oh, fancy. When will he know how many marks he got?
The grading officer's in H.J.'s office at this very moment. I expect he's brought the results with him. Oh, H.J. will be pleased. Pity we can't hear what they're saying.
Ah, there, Mr. Hamilton Jones. You'll be pleased to know that all the examination papers have been marked.
Have they? Splendid.
Yes. And I must say, you've set some sort of record for civil service examinations.
Really?
Yes. That's why I've come to see you personally.
Well, you know, I've been in this job for some considerable time.
Have you indeed? You'd hardly think so by your answers. Every single one was marked 0.
It's all a matter of judgment and experience, you know. Did you say 0?
There wasn't a single correct judgment given on any of the questions, and you even got the date wrong. I'm surprised at a man in your position knowing so little about the correct civil service
Good
procedure.
gracious, but...
Naturally, I sent a copy of these disgraceful marks to your superior, Sir Gregory Felton, and he will take whatever action he thinks fitting. Good day.
Oh, dear. This is rather awkward. Not a single right answer, did he say? Oh, dear.
I think this calls for a little celebration. I brought the brandy from the first aid cupboard.
Have you?
Yes. Don't tell me, I wouldn't be surprised if you set some sort of record in civil service examinations.
Yes, I believe I have.
Oh, good. I just saw Sir Gregory coming into the building. I expect he can hardly wait to shake you by the hand.
By the throat, more likely, I think.
There you are, Hamilton Jones.
There I am.
Skulking in your office.
Yes.
Sir Gregory, would you care for a little first aid brandy?
Save it for Hamilton Jones. He'll need it by the time I've finished with it.
Now, Sir Gregory, there is an explanation.
Yes, and I'm sure you'll come up with some glib excuse.
That's it. Oh.
Yes, but this time it won't wash.
Won't wash.
Look at these results.
Yes.
2 marks for writing your name neatly.
Oh, well done, one.
Thank you very much.
And then, nothing. Not a single mark for correct judgment. You've made this department a laughing stock.
Well, it hardly goes fast to say.
You can start clearing out your desk. I've arranged for immediate transfer to archives at Ballymucky.
Oh, archives at Ballymucky. Oh, my
No,
God.
not you, Lamb. No, you remain here under the new head of the department. O'Hara from the Assistance Board.
Oh.
He'll tighten up the discipline here. Now, get out. I've a few more things to say to Hamilton Jones.
Yes, Sir Gregory. Yes.
Now then, what have you got to say for yourself, eh?
Well, my dear sir, there's not much I can say, sir, except for one small point. Well, I did check the questions with you before the exam.
That's neither here nor... What?
Yes, in fact, it was you who supplied all the wrong answers. Sir
I
Gregory.
supplied... Oh, so that was your little game the other day, eh? All those queries.
Quite right, Sir Gregory. It seems that even you couldn't pass this silly exam. Now, I wonder what the minister
My
will say.
goodness
Sir Gregory.
gracious, but who'd believe you, eh? Where's the proof? No, it's Ballymucky for you, Hamilton Jones.
Dear, Ballymucky's a terrible place, so I'm told. None of the modern amenities that an office needs, such as a dictating machine like this one. Very sensitive, Sir Gregory. Picks up speech even from right across the other side of the room. Now, you listen.
Oh, has he, by George? Leaking information, eh? Does the PM know? Not that the old fool would do anything.
Pretty good, eh? And a little later on, you had a word to say about the Minister for Drains and Sewerage.
I wouldn't put anything past him. Fanshawe, isn't it? Fellow's a half-wit anyway.
And then, Sir Gregory, we come to your advice on correct procedures.
Well, if the fellow's been leaking secrets, secrets, there's only one course to take. Cover up for him. Can't have a member of my golf club dragged through the scandal.
I'm afraid the examiners didn't share your views.
Yes, I wasn't quite myself at the time. You'll remember I was rather tired.
Yes, I remember that. And later on you told a most amusing limerick about the Minister for Grants and Mortgages.
Right.
There once was an eminent peer who was noted for being austere. Do let me finish.
Quite. Now, look here, Hamilton Jones.
Yes. Fortunately, I let you into a little secret. It can all be easily wiped off with a flick of this little button. Wiped off.
Yeah, I see now. I obviously can't afford to lose a man with your knowledge.
Thank you, Sir Felix.
Examinations aren't everything, are they?
No.
I still have a little influence.
Have you read? I'm delighted to hear it.
Yes. Well, we must wipe out our differences and start again with a clean tape. Yes, well, leave it to me.
I'll leave it to you.
I must say, well, it's nice to see your office looking its old self again. New curtains, new carpets, new chrysanthemum from St. Gregory.
Glad you like it, too. Glad you like it.
And you won't have to take the exam again.
Oh, heavens no. My length of service has been rightly taken into account. I've been awarded an honorary grade B+.
So you've got back your leather armchair at the club.
Oh, it's the club, is my dear friend. I was there this morning. Plunkett nearly pulled his forelock off. Oh, dear. You would have laughed at old Hargreaves. He wouldn't stop babbling secrets in my ears. Details of our latest nuclear submarines or something or other. I cut him dead, of course.
Oh, wonderful. Now, what's next on the agenda?
Well, normally at this time I'd be giving letters to Mildred, wouldn't I? But I've already dictated them into that splendid machine.
Oh, then there's a little gap in our schedule.
Exactly, and there's plenty of work needing attention, so I thought we'd do the obvious thing.
Yes?
We'll go out to tea for a change.
Oh, good. We haven't tried that new tea shop on the corner.
No.
I hear
Muddling through as the men from the ministry were Wilfrid Hyde and Richard Murdoch. Also featured were Roy Dotrice, Norma Ronald, Felix Felton, Bruce Beeby and Peter Bartlett. The programme was written by Johnnie Mortimer, Brian Cooke and Edward Taylor and produced by Edward Taylor.
Roy Dotrice is a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Time now to meet the men from the ministry. We present Wilfrid Hyde and Richard Murdoch in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the senior officials of Whitehall, those vital men who oil the wheels of government, but who seldom carry the cash. At the General Assistance Department, there's a routine for dealing with every type of problem, but selecting the right treatment for each demands rapid decision and judgment.
Throw these papers into the waste paper basket, pass this lot on to someone else, and tear the rest up. Anything more, Mildred?
Yes, Mr. Lamb. You asked for the file on the decentralisation of government offices.
Oh, yes, that big, thick orange one. Thank you. I've been meaning to attend for this for ages. There.
Is that all you wanted it for?
Yes, it's just the right thickness to prop up the short leg on this desk.
Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Mildred.
Morning, Mr. Hampton-Jones.
Morning, ma'am. Off you go, Wilfrid.
Well, Sue, how are you today?
All right, thanks, I think.
Very important program on TV last night.
Oh, you mean that documentary on the economic situation?
That's the one. Interviews with the Minister of Commerce, exporters, scientists, and so on. Big things.
Yes, they had the Prime Minister to sum up and give a straight talk to the nation.
That's right. Did you see it?
No, I was watching Riders of Dead Man's Gulch.
Oh. You know, the Permanent Undersecretary wanted all the staff to view that economic thing.
Yes, but I thought you could tell me all about it.
Oh, did you? Well,
Yes.
now, let me...
What was the general thing?
Yes, well, naturally, they were a bit inclined to... Well, how should I put it? Rather difficult to,
You didn't see it either.
No, I didn't, no.
Wednesday night, Mrs. Hamilton-Jones likes to listen to Semprini's Serenade, you know.
Oh, really?
Doesn't like the television much, Mrs. Hamilton-Jones.
She prefers the wireless.
Prefers a while, yes. We have quite a little routine. Semprini on Wednesdays, many a slip on Tuesday.
Oh, I believe that's very good.
And, of course, Thursday's our night for Have a Go.
Is it really? How come?
I can just imagine that TV economics thing, you know, can't you? Lots of graphs, people talking about larger slices of the national cake and all that sort of thing. It was a bit neither of us saw it, as Sir Gregory was so keen.
It was a very good Riders of Dead Man's Gulch last night.
Well,
it was about this chap with the big moustache who comes into the town to shoot the marshal. See? But the deputy shoots him first.
The deputy shoots the marshal.
Yes. No. The deputy shoots the chap with the big moustache. He's been rustling.
Rustling? Oh, yes, I suppose that was his big moustache.
Yes. Anyway, he shoots him, and this other fellow shoots the other chap, you see, and then... General Assistant Department, Mrs. Ram shooting, speaking.
Pitkin here. For Hamilton Jones.
Yes, Sir Gregory. Right, it's for you, one.
Oh, Sir Gregory, the Permanent Undersecretary. Infernal nuisance. Why can't he leave us in peace for a bit? Hello, Sir Gregory. I'm nice to hear from you.
Did you see that thing on TV last night?
Did I see the thing on TV? Well, yes, Sir Gregory. The deputy shot this chap because his big moustache was rustling.
What nonsense is this?
What nonsense?
That wasn't the chap with the moustache who was rustling.
Oh, wasn't it?
No, it was a cricket bag of...
I beg your pardon?
I mean, weren't you watching that program on the economic crisis?
Oh, Semprini was good last night, Sir Gregory. He did that thing that goes... How's that pretty thing go, Mr. Bum-ba-lum, bum-ba-lum, Sir Gregory. Bum-ba-lum, bum-ba-lum. Don't you like that tune?
This is the point of my call. Have you dealt with that report yet?
Have we dealt with the report?
That file on the decentralization of government offices. You've had it for months.
Oh, yes. We're giving it our most earnest attention, Sir Gregory, under review at this very moment.
Under review?
Yes.
Under the leg of your desk, more likely.
Well.
I know how you run that office. Get on with it, man. Get on with it.
Yes, Sir Gregory. Do give my regards to Lady Pitkin. Oh, I don't know why I bother with her. Sir Gregory's on about decentralization of London offices. Do you know anything about it?
Yes, luckily enough, I think I have the file to hand.
Good.
Well, the foot, anyway. Wait a minute. There we are.
What's it all about?
It's this scheme to move lots of government offices away from London. Economy of space and money.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Apparently the government has been offered this castle in Scotland.
Oh, of course, and we're supposed to go negotiate the purchase if we find it suitable.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Isn't it? Yes.
We were just waiting for the warmer weather.
So we were. Well, it looks we'll have to go now. Send them a telegram, will you, and get Mildred to pick up a couple of train tickets at the station.
Mightn't be too bad at that, you know. The
No.
curl of the heather, the smell of the pipe. No, I mean
Very true. And that world-famous Scottish hospitality, the table groaning with good things, roast pheasants, fine old liqueurs, quite looking forward to it.
So am I.
Will you have another spoonful of cold porridge, Laird?
I do go. But a wee bit more salt this time, eh?
Aye, well, another pinch wouldn't be self-indulgence, I suppose.
And while you're about it, you can fill my glass.
As you say, Laird, there. Pure water from the loch. Grand for the liver.
But are you ailing for something, Dougal? I notice you lay abed till all of 5 o'clock this morning.
Aye, first time I've overslept in 30 years.
It's a sailing of the castle. It'll be preying on your mind, I'm thinking. But I cannot afford the upkeep much longer. But see with the English of the author, they'll be arriving this morning. You'd best let down the drawbridge, Dougal. Mile away and lock up the street.
Well, here we are. This must be the place.
Shall I drop a pebble in the moat and see how deep it is?
Oh, don't be silly. No time for that. Ring the bell.
Oh, all right. So that'll be this great rusty iron ring, I suppose.
You rang?
Yes, we rang. My name's Hamilton Jones. This is my assistant, Mr. Lamb.
From London.
London? Oh, a heathen place by all accounts, given over to the lusts of the flesh.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. We do like our morning tea and biscuits, of course, but...
You'll be wanting the McLeamore. I suppose you'd better come in. No, down, McDurk, down. You can smell that you're foreigners.
Foreigners?
That'll do, McDurk. The Laird's expecting them.
McDurk's an unusual name for a dog.
Aye, named after bloody McDurk, the scourge of the English.
Oh.
He's no been fed today.
Hasn't he? Well, you go first, too.
There's a room prepared for you in the Black Tower. The McLeamore will grant you an interview at the midday meal.
Thank you.
Follow me.
My word, it's a bit chilly in here.
Aye, it's the wind off the moor. It whistles through the portcullis and catches you right between the armory and the South Passage.
Interesting place you have here.
Yes. I love this imitation stone wallpaper. Very contemporary. Almost like the real... Oh! Pity, that was my best fingernail.
Well, here you are. This is your room. No doubt you'll be wanting to wash.
Yes, indeed. A nice hot bath after the journey would be very welcome.
Well, you'll find a pitcher of cold water in yon stand.
Cold water?
At first you'll no use it wastefully. There's no more till tomorrow. I'll be away the new.
What an odd fellow. Comes from not being English, I suppose. Put the bags on the bed.
On the bed, yes. Oh, yes. Not very well sprung. I suppose I'd better unpack. Oh, the only banks, shaving brush, shaving soap.
Well, I haven't seen that brand before.
It's a new one. Count Rudolph Toiletries for Men.
Oh.
For the man with the swashbuckling skin. I've got the whole range. Shaving cream, pre-shaving lotion, aftershave lotion.
Really? Where's your razor?
Oh, I knew I'd forgotten something.
Typical use of an electric razor, like I did. Now, where do you think the plug point would be?
I don't know. It's so dark in here. Shall I light the oil lamp and have a look?
Oil lamp? Oh, oil lamp? Oh, good heavens. How can I say? Well, you needn't bother. No. I suppose you just had to make the best of it. Come along. We'll be meeting the laird for lunch in half an hour. Well, I am at Claymore. We'd like to have a good look round, of course, but at first now, this castle seems ideally suited for our decentralization of London offices.
Aye, but you'll not talk business until after we've eaten, and then I'll show you around the set.
I'd like to ask, but who's that fellow standing over there in the corner?
Oh, that's Duncan the Silent, we call him. He's my personal piper. He'll give us some light music while we're eating.
Ah, lunch. Goodness me, this Highland air gives you an appetite.
Aye, here's your soup.
Soup? Oh, soup. How kind of you. My word, that was nice.
There wasn't very much of it.
No, there wasn't.
The McLeamore does not believe in gluttony. Ah, the pipes. It does my heart good to hear them. Stirs the blood, eh?
Stirs the blood? Did you say? I can't hear what you say.
The pipes, the grand sound.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. I can't hear a word you say with that dreadful racket.
Racket? The McLeamore's piper is renowned throughout the glen.
No good talking. I can't hear a word. Oh, that's better. He's moved away a bit. Much nicer now he's gone down that end of the room, isn't it? Now tell me, what's this next course you've given us here?
Haggis. I made it myself. A whole sheep's stomach stuffed with offal and oats.
Really? Oh, dear. What a pity. I'm not very hungry today.
What?
My number 2 now. He's tucking it all right, aren't you?
What's that one? I wasn't listening.
You're enjoying that, I say.
Yes. Unusual flavour. And what did you say was?
A whole sheep's stomach stuffed with oats and offal and... Would you excuse me? The McLeamore does not like guests to leave the table before the end of the meal.
Here, man, would you like a glass of clear, sparkling lost water?
Or would you prefer a dram of this rather inferior whiskey?
Oh, I'd prefer...
Will you have the black oat cake now, Laird?
Black oat cake?
Aye, Dougal, it's the finest black oat cakes north of the border. Plain but good. You lie on the stomach like a lead cannonball.
I don't feel very well. I think I will have that whiskey. Can I have a drop of soda water and some ice in it?
You have upset Duncan with your wee joke about the soda and the whiskey. It was a joke, I thought.
Of course it was a joke. How could you think anything else? Oh, that's my number 2. Always joking, never stops.
Perhaps we should have a look round the castle now, eh, Ron?
All right, John. I'll tell you a bit about the history of the place as we go along. This very banqueting hall was the scene of the terrible disaster of 1832.
Really?
It was my great-uncle Hamish dropped a full bottle of whiskey. If you'll come through here now, you'll see the very spot where Angus the Mighty fought alone against 40 of the cowardly Knocktartons in 1751. They ran him through with 4 broadswords, 3 pikes, and a handful of dirks.
Oh, dear, what an ugly business.
Aye, he couldn't have played the pipes for a day or 2 after, I believe.
Ah, this will be the wine cellar, I suppose.
That's right. It was here that my grandfather Donald fell into a big vat of fine old whiskey. He drowned, of course, after struggling for 3 hours or more.
What a terrible thing.
Aye. Mind you, he got out twice for a bite to eat.
Oh, well, that was a help, wasn't it? Up behind that door.
This is the dungeon. After you.
Ghastly thing. Look at those pathetic messages scratched on the wall. Can you see? Alexander MacToole, 1603, died on the rack. Jamie Findlay, 1723, is it? Taken by the plague.
There's another one here. Duncan the Silent cannot keep his hands to himself. It's signed Jeannie, 1965.
Shall we go back upstairs? It's a bit chilly down here.
Aye, well, you've a lot more to see. I'll lead the way.
You're right about these dungeons being chilly, one, not to
Yes.
mention dark, dusty, and damp. Well, I can't say I'd like to work here.
Well, it's not our concern, my dear fellow. We just come to make the purchase. And we'd better see the purchase goes through, judging from Sir Gregory's manner. Come along.
Here we are, back in the banqueting hall.
Oh, we are. Yes, thank you very much. Most interesting. Now, shall we get down to business?
Aye, check it out. I'll call McGilly. Dougal, come in here. He knows a wee bit about these matters.
You called, Laird?
Sit you down, man. We're talking business.
Well, gentlemen, we think the property might be suitable, and we're prepared to make you an offer.
I trust you'll not take advantage of our lack of experience in these matters.
We realize that complex negotiations of this sort of property new to you.
Quite so. Babes in the wood, you might say.
Babes in the wood, indeed, of course. Now, what I thought was...
You'll bear in mind the residual value of entitlement to develop. It could amount to 6.75% with depreciation allowances, of course.
Could it? Oh, yes.
Aye. And then there's the by-contractual nature of the lessee's obligation. That's what revaluation has regard to the provisions of the amendment of the Freehold and Leasehold Act, 1923, subsection 2, paragraph 1.
You took the very words out of my mouth, Claire. The figure I had in mind was £40,000.
I don't know. You're asking me to sacrifice the traditions of my ancestors for a mess of pottage.
Just think what you could do with all that money. The south of France, glorious sunshine, palm trees, an occasional flutter in the casino, eh?
The McLemore does not approve of gambling.
I don't?
No.
Oh, no, I don't approve of gambling.
What I really meant to say was how much you'd enjoy the beautiful beaches, fine golden sand, girls lying around in bikinis.
The McLemore does not approve
Oh,
of...
I must do. Everybody does.
Leave this to me, too. Now, let's say, shall we say 41?
Aye, but should a man throw away his heritage for sordid financial gain?
42,000?
Done.
Done? Oh, splendid.
I'm a lawyer friend that needs along. We can sign the contract tomorrow evening.
Yes, I think we'd better phone the news to Sir Gregory. He'd be delighted to hear it, won't he? Come along, too.
Are you through yet?
It takes time, you know. I think I'm getting the local operator now. Hello?
Oh, hello. Is that you ringing me, Duncan, my love?
No, madam. I'd like a London number, please. Are you there? Whitehall 1928.
Oh, you're a great kidder, Duncan.
beg
Having a wee joke with that funny voice.
Funny voice. Now, look here, madam.
Oh, away with you, Duncan.
I assure you, my good woman, I'm not Duncan.
You're not?
Oh, he'll be awful jealous when he hears you've been flirting with me. He has a rich, nasty temper when he's roused. Still, you sound pretty bonny yourself.
Look here. Please get me Whitehall 1928.
Oh, all right.
Extra woman thought I was someone called Duncan. Tried to ravish me over the telephone. I think I can... It's ringing now. Yes, let me see. 4:05 should be just in time to catch Sir Gregory before he goes home. That is, if he's back from lunch. Ah, Sir Gregory, how nice to hear from you. Well, that is nice to hear from me. I say that because I am ringing you. You see, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yes. Something tells me that's Hamilton Jones ringing from the Claremore Castle.
Oh, he's a clever boy, isn't he? Yes, I'm Hamilton Jones, Sir Gregory, ringing from the Claremore Castle.
Well, what's the news?
Most suitable place. I can do the most suitable place for government departments, Gregory. Large, airy room.
Excellent.
Hardly any windows and all very high up.
Splendid. Won't have the junior staff window gazing in.
Splendid indeed, not. No, splendid. And the walls and the floors, good solid granite. No need for carpets or wallpaper.
Good. That will save a few shillings.
Oh, save a proper. I say this is just the place for people to get down to some really hard work.
No outside distraction.
Not one.
Capital,
yes.
Well, that's settled then. I'll arrange for your personal effects to be sent on immediately.
Oh, that's very... I beg your pardon?
It shouldn't take more than a day or two to get your desks up there.
What's the matter?
No, don't thank me. No, it's all right.
I didn't thank
you.
I
Well,
said
it's invited that you and Lamb should have the first charge.
Just a minute, Sir Gregory.
What a fine example, eh? The very department that's organising this decentralisation business, doing it from Scotland. Well, I shall stay here, of course, handling the London end.
You can't expect me to work in this draft.
Now, say no more. I'll get straight on with organising the removal.
Wait, really. Wait. Oh, he's gone. He's sending our desk.
What? We can't work in this juncture, Wilfrid. What are we going to do?
Well, the lad hasn't actually signed the contract yet.
By Jove, you're right.
Back to the banqueting hall. Oh, yes, thank you. We got through all right. Thank you.
And your superior. He was well pleased.
Oh, yes. Oh, he was delighted. Now, look here, Mr. Neff. My colleague and I have been thinking over what you said.
Yeah, about sacrificing the traditions of your ancestors for a mess of porridge.
Yes. We really were most impressed, Mr. Neff. We really were most impressed by your arguments, weren't we?
Oh, most impressed. As you said, it would be unfair to expect you to throw away your fine Highland heritage for sordid financial gain.
True, but I must not be sentimental. When can I have the check?
Let's not be too hasty. Think of haggis and porridge. You won't find any of that in the south of France.
We must make these little sacrifices. I'll just have to make do with juicy fillet steaks cooked in butter and smothered in mushrooms.
Yes, but sure.
Enough. I'm sure you mean well, but when I'm a Claymore, gives his word, it's his bond. I'll away and call my lawyer.
The laird's taking the loss right bravely. He'll no go back in his word now. But it's a fine sensibility you show, considering your English.
You don't seem very fond of the English.
Oh, I'm a tolerant man. I've never subscribed to the view that they're not human.
That's very decent of you. Thank you very
What
much.
have you got against us?
Well, I mind we've had a few wee battles with the Sassenach. There's the massacre of Glensporran, for one.
I can't say I've ever heard of it.
Oh, where's your education, man? It was a drawbreast nest in 1746. The redcoats crept up through the heather, led by the infamous butcher of Glensporran. They fell on the unsuspecting MacLemoors, and a dreadful massacre ensued.
Oh, how jolly unsporting.
When the cold light of dawn came to the glen, half the clan lay dead, and the butcher celebrated his ill-gotten victory.
What a bloodthirsty fellow. Are you sure he was English?
Oh, aye. We'll not forget his name in a hurry. Sir Percival Pitkin, the butcher of Glensporran.
Pitkin, did you say?
Aye.
Well, there's a coincidence. Aren't you here in London?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sue. Was that your ankle? I do recognise it. I'm sure we don't want to keep Mr. Dougal standing here chatting. Must be a very busy man.
Aye, well, I'll away and start the packing.
That's it.
Girls in bikinis, eh? Disgraceful.
Why did you kick me, Ron? I was only going to say that Sir Gregory might be related to this Percival Pitkin.
Just it. I know you well. As a matter of fact, he is related. I remember him talking about his family trees, very aristocratic, you know. Sir Percival came in between the one they hanged for treason and the one they transported for life.
Well, then, why...
Don't you see, too? This may be our way out. Don't you see? The McClaymores have long memories, and they obviously hate the Pitches.
You mean...
That's right. If we can get Sir Gregory to come up here, then just for the psychological moment, introduce him to the lad as a descendant of the butcher of Glensporran.
You're a genius, son. The lad would never sign over a castle to a Pitkin. The whole deal will be off.
Exactly. Get Sir Gregory on the phone for me, too, will you? I don't want to talk to that dreadful woman if I can help it.
Right. Oh, there you are, operator. Will you get me Whitehall 19280?
Oh, is that you again?
No, it's not me, it's him. That is, it's not him, it's me.
Oh, you're teasing me, you handsome brute.
You don't understand. The handsome brute is standing beside
Stop
me.
messing about and get on. What do you think you're doing? Get on with it.
Oh, I can hear him. Oh, the lovely man.
Never mind him. Just get me Whitehall 1928. At once, you hear? At once.
Oh, you are a masterful devil. I couldn't refuse your thing. I've dialed it already.
Ah, it's ringing. That's the way to handle it. You've got to put your foot down. Be firm. Let them know who's boss.
Hello.
Ah, Pitkin, what took you so long, eh? Oh,
What?
Sorry, that is, I mean, Mr. Hamilton Jones would like to speak to you.
Put him on, man.
Sir Gregory, how are you? Are you there, Sir Greg? Yeah, are you there, sir?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, he's there, yeah. Well, I trust you're well. Your family all in the best of health, Sir Greg, I hope.
Are you going to spend the taxpayers' money just giving me a medical checkup?
Oh, he wants a medical checkup. No, I can't do that. Sir Gregory, I'm just calling you to put you in the picture, as the expression is. The lad's having the deeds brought round here tomorrow to complete the purchase.
Well, what of it?
Well, I was just thinking, might be more appropriate to have a really senior official present. Add a little prestige.
Eh?
Add a little prestige.
The prestige,
Yes.
indeed. If you think I've nothing better to do than trot off to the middle of nowhere...
Oh, quite so, Sir Gregory. I know you're very busy, very conscious of it. But I may say, after all, work must come before salmon fishing.
Of course.
Yes.
Salmon?
Yes. Finest in this part of Scotland, I'm told. Next to the grouse shooting, of course, it's the biggest attraction.
Oh, grouse shooting.
Yes, grouse shooting. Yes. As for the hospitality, Sir Gregory, quite frankly, I've never had anything like it.
Really? Well, look here.
Yes.
Perhaps there's something in what you say, Hamilton Jones. Nothing like being on the spot to see if everything goes smoothly.
Quite right. There's an excellent train tomorrow. You should arrive here in the evening, just in time to sign the document.
Quite so, yes. And after that, well, 2 days to look round, eh?
Yes.
Yes, salmon fishing, eh? Grouse.
Oh, Sir Gregory, I've forgotten something. A razor. Could you bring a razor and some hot water? Who could have been cut off?
He's coming, then.
Yes. I can't wait to see the lad's face when we introduce him to Sir Gregory Pitkin.
Oh, descendant of the butcher of Glensporran. Why, say, I hope they don't get balanced. I never could stand the sight of blood.
Where are the two Tassenarks, Dougal?
One of them has gone down to the station to meet their superior. The other is up in his room with a boiled egg.
Honey eaten habits, the English. They took a knife and fork to his porridge this morning.
Aye. And I made it a bit thinner than usual, too. Here, that sounds like him to do.
Ah, good evening, McClaymore. Dougal.
Good evening. Well, your friend's been very long, do you think?
No, I don't think so. He's only gone to collect the Gregory pity about the weather, isn't it?
Dougal, tell Duncan to away up the battlements and sound the pipe. We'll welcome them in style.
Good grief, are they torturing someone up there?
It's the pipe, Sir Gregory, the pipe. They stir the blood, wouldn't you say? Ah, they've come out to meet us.
Who are the other two with Laird?
The big hairy one's Dougal the Gilly, and the other's the Laird himself.
Oh, the fellow I signed the contract with, eh? Looks a striking figure.
Yes, we hope to be struck by him, Sir Gregory. Here we are. Oh, Mr. McClaymore, I'd like you to meet Sir Gregory Pitt. Pity we're a bit late. The train, you know.
How do you do?
Ah, how do you do? Come away in, come away in.
Most impressive hall, the Claymore.
I will be sorry to leave it.
Oh, Sir Gregory, he's looking quite cheerful.
Wait till I drop his name at the right moment. Shall I do it now? Gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I think we ought to get on with the signing of the contract, don't you?
Oh, yes, quite right, Hamilton Jones. Business before pleasure. After you, McClelmore.
No, after you.
Here we are, Sir Gregory, just here. Better sign your full name, Sir Gregory Pitkin.
All right. Just stand out the way, will you?
Oh, beg your pardon. Pitkin.
Oh, yes, Sir Gregory Pitkin.
Yes.
Pitkin, Pitkin.
Yes.
Did you say Pitkin?
Yes, that's right. Why?
You're not related to Colonel Sir Percival Pitkin?
The butcher of Glensporran.
Who massacred half the McClaymore clan during the Jacobite rebellion?
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I am. It's one of my more illustrious forebears, actually.
I told you it would work, too. The lad's rising to his feet.
He's reaching out with his great sinewy hands. Oh, I can't look.
I'm very pleased indeed to meet you, Sir Gregory. I didn't realize you were a Pitkin. Let me shake you by the hand. This is a proud moment.
What, a McClaymore shaking hands with a Pitkin?
What about the massacre of Glensporran?
You'll hear the rest of the story. We McClaymores caught up with Sir Percival on the same night. They say he fought like a savage. A broadsword in one hand, a pistol in the other.
Yes, it's all in the family history. Yes. They fell on him. Got him by the Tropics. But he took 7 more McClaymores with him before he finally fell. Oh, gallant lads, all.
That it said, what a fighter he was, man. I'm glad you have the privilege of meeting one of his descendants. Here, have another dram.
I wouldn't say no.
Oh, dear, it didn't quite work, did it?
It looks to me as if we're stuck up here after all.
Then this is a great occasion. Duncan, strike up the fight. I want to get a toast. Here is to Sir Gregory Pitkin and a man from the ministry.
Yes, for a successful career with his General Assistance Department in the Claymore Castle.
Long may your lum reach.
No need to add insult to injury.
Oh, dear. Still, I suppose I can get used to it. I do have a little Scottish blood in me. My grandmother was a McBawby on her father's side.
Yes, sir.
McBawby! You mean this McBawby blood running through your veins?
McBawby, yes, that's right.
You mean to say that I've been entertaining a McBawby under the roof? No, your clan and mine have been mortal enemies for 300 years. You must leave at once, do you hear? I'll not have McBawbies in this castle.
You won't? Well, I think I'd better leave as well. I seem to recall a distant cousin of mine called McBawby.
No more! I'll not have a bunch of McBawbies working under my roof, whether I'm here or not. I tear up this contract first.
Let's not be hasty, McClaymore. I mean, it doesn't have to be this department working up here.
I do, man. It's good to be back in the office again.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Lovely place, Scotland, but I didn't much care for that council, did you?
Lucky coincidence, really. Your cousin being a McBawby as well. That was the last straw, you might say.
I think her name was McBawby, something like that. Oh, yes, I remember Robinson. Well, very similar, really, aren't they?
You mean... Oh, one, you cross you. Which department you were sending up to McClaymore Castle instead of us one?
Tricky problem, that, you know, too. I had to consider every aspect of the question. Based my decision on the whole tradition of government policy.
And which department will you send?
The Ministry for Welsh Affairs.
With the Welsh Affairs mob gone, that big building in Trafalgar Square will be empty.
Good point, Laurie. Now, who can be put in Trafalgar Square?
What about that department no one's been able to find a home for? The Scottish Fisheries Board.
What an excellent idea.
I thought you'd like it.
You are clever and a bright little
Modelling through as the men from the ministry were Wilfrid Hyde and Richard Murdoch. Also featured were John Laurie, Dotrice, John Graham, and Norma.